Hey, it's James Rantry here again, continuing my Alien reviews. So obviously, this time it's going to be Alien 3. There's obviously going to be spoilers. Again, this is for Nick's Cool Stuff, so go there. It's a really good site. Sorry I haven't had an update in ages. I've had lots of stuff to worry about, exams, computer viruses, lots of crazy stuff. So enjoy this one, and hopefully it's going to provide you with some interesting information. So, Alien 3, or otherwise known as How Fox Wanted to Cash in an already extremely successful franchise. As I said in my previous video, Aliens ended nicely. Could have left it there, but no, they had to go and ruin it almost completely. Alien 3, the cut that we saw at the cinemas, was pretty awful. It was choppy. The plot didn't make sense in many places. It was basically a rehash of the first Alien, but nowhere near as good. David Fincher, the director, did do an admirable job, however, with what he was given, time and budget-wise, and he did really finally put an end to the Alien franchise. Obviously, at the end, Ripley gets killed, so it's pretty final. Um, However, all is not so bad if you buy the quadrilogy, which I have, as it includes the fantastic assembly cut, which is basically the original version of the film, which David Fincher wanted to put up on screens, but couldn't due to length, budget constraints, marketing, everything. It's got extra scenes, the plot flows a lot better, everything makes a lot more sense. It's an infinitely better version of the film, so I'm obviously going to review this version. Um, the main differences between the assembly cut and the version that was seen at theatres is the Queen chestburster, or the alien chestburster, doesn't come out of a dog as it did in the original. It comes out of an ox, which also fits in with how it's all dog-like and everything. And at the end, we don't see Ripley chestburst, which is fairly important for Alien Resurrection. So for the perfect film, the ending of the theatrical cut would be really quite a bit better than the one in the assembly cut, where she just gracefully falls into the fire. So, yeah, the plot, after the events of Aliens, the main characters are in stasis. Facehugger crept on board. Obviously, the Queen laid some eggs before she got wasted. And a facehugger hatches, attacks all the life support systems, and unbeknownst to the viewer at the time, facehugs Ripley, so she's carrying a chestburster throughout the film. And she lands on some prison planet, which has no weapons, unfortunately. And the alien gets loose again and starts ripping up the inmates. And in the end, Ripley sacrifices herself to get rid of the alien. So the plot is pretty final. So there can't be any more aliens because she killed the Queen and Ripley's dead. She's the main character. So there can't really be another one. David Fincher did really, really well putting the story together. It's a really, really, really good story. And his visuals are very well done. Stark landscape of Fiorina, the planet, contrasting against the stark stone interiors of the prison, is very good. Acting again is quite good. Ripley, however, I really, really didn't agree with in this film, as she starts off being a edgy survivor, then she toughens up a bit in Aliens, which is understandable, and then she just randomly becomes some really tough person who can kill anything and do whatever she wants. Doesn't fit in at all with how her character would develop, and the way they just toss away Hicks and Newt as they die in the crash at the beginning of the film. There's no emotional contact with them at all. I mean, you've gone through these two survivors from the second film, and then it's just like, oh, they died, never mind, we'll just carry on, forget about them. It's pretty awful. Paul McGann's character, Golic, he's better in the assembly cut. Explains what he does. He lets the alien free because he thinks it's some sort of god and ends up getting killed. Charles Dance as the Doctor. He's very well done, very good spar for Ripley. The only real love interest in the whole series, alongside Hicks, but again, they just threw him away at the start of this film. He gets the best death probably in the whole franchise with the head bite. in the medical curtain is very, very well done. The special effects, probably a low point for the Alien series. They're pretty rubbish. They use stop animation for the Alien on most of the scenes. They had a man in the suit at some point, and it doesn't work. I mean, it looked hokey in Terminator, which was done several years before, and it still looks pretty hokey here. It just looks like it's really, really bad. The point of view shots done very well, fisheye lens, so it really looks like your Alien is really good, and it goes up on the ceiling and everything, done with a steady cam. It's very well done. And the Alien character is well done in this film as well. You get the relationship between Ripley, because she knows it's inside her, and you have that wonderful face-off scene where it's right next to her, and it doesn't kill her, and she doesn't know why. It figures leading her on to finding out she's got a chest burster. The end of the film with Bishop 2 is also very, very well done. Sets up how evil the company is. They want her for the Alien, so she kills herself to stop it getting out. That's well done. Nice to see a cameo by Lance Henriksen as the human Bishop, which is always nice to see him because he's a good actor. Overall, the film feels like a cheap rip-off of the first Alien, as already said. The plot doesn't quite come together in the theatrical cut. However, it does in the assembly cut, so I strongly suggest you go and see that. It's just infinitely better. You've got masses of extra scenes, and just everything is genuinely better. The one thing I will say about this film, which does very well, is tone. The tone of the film is very, very dark and gritty. It's very true to Alien. Also, the way the alien gets killed, frozen, and so it explodes after being dropped in boiling hot lead, is very cool. That's the first use of computer graphics in the Alien series. The CGI shot of the head exploding. It's done very well, it's very cool. It's a high point of the film. It's not as bad as most Alien fans would have you think, in my opinion. It's definitely the dark horse of the series, as in, if you watch it at first you don't see much, watch it again and it definitely gets better. Especially true of the assembly cut. Favourite point in the film? Definitely the whole relationship between the alien and Ripley and how they play off each other. It's done very well. And the fact that she sacrifices herself, the ultimate sacrifice, handled very well. The low point in the film for me would be the special effects, as they let me down, and the way the prisoners are used, as they really are quite horrible. They don't seem like they should have a place in an Alien film, where they attack Ripley and she has to fight them off. It's out of character for Ripley, and the characters don't seem like they should be in an Alien film. So overall, I'd give the film about 7 or 8 for the assembly cut, about 5 for the theatrical version. So obviously not the best in the series. The special effects, 5, pretty poor. They should have put in a lot more effort. Acting, solid. Again, I'm reviewing the quadrilogy version, so special features again have to be 10, possibly the best set Fox has ever put out. It's packed with special features, so everything you really want to know about is excellent. So, yeah, if you're going to watch the whole series, definitely watch the assembly cut of this film, because it's miles better. And I will see you guys later for the Alien Resurrection review. So, that's James Roundtree for Nick's Cool Stuff, link on the right. Signing off.